You ever been punched in the face? Well, you find out real fast how fit you are.
Wait, he's not gonna stop.
15 years of lifting weights meant nothing here.
Stay long, Sean.
I was stiff, slow, and begging for oxygen.
Work.
And all these muscle don't help if you can't keep them hands up. So why the hell should every man feel this once? Because this is how boxing humbled me at 41. When I walked into that boxing gym for the first time, it didn't feel like a fitness place I was used to. It felt like I was stepping into someone else's world. No mirrors, no posing, no familiar faces, just loud noises, sweat, ropes, heavy bags, and a whole different kind of energy.
Wir sind aufgeladen. So, wenn ihr jetzt einen Schritt gemacht habt, so jetzt müsst ihr.
My friend Nino had invited me to come check it out, and literally a minute into the warm-ups, I knew I was in trouble. Jumping rope, I couldn't do it. My arms were stiff, I didn't know what to do. My timing was completely off. I looked like I was trying to survive an earthquake. And then we started shadowboxing, and I realized I had no idea how to move my own hands. Everything felt wrong. And just when I thought I was catching my breath, coach lines me up against the wall and starts throwing tennis ball at my face. I flinched, but it still hit me a couple of times in the face. I wanted to say, stop, that hurts. But when I looked around and nobody else was flinching, they weren't showing pain, and I wasn't about to either.
Nice.
It felt uncomfortable, it felt unfamiliar, but that's why I liked it.
My back's feeling okay, and I might just be in love. And the last time I remember I was this much in love with something was when I fell in love with my wife. So this is amazing. Let's keep this going.
There's so much that goes into learning how to box, way more than I expected. And the hardest part, you're not learning it at a calm state. Think about it, you want to learn how to swim, they give you a float, you have an instructor there, calm water, no sharks. Want to learn how to drive? You get an instructor with a second brake, just in case you mess up. But in boxing, you're in deep waters from day one. No private lessons, no slow onboardings. You just show up and you expect it to figure it out, and there's no way around it. Like there's like 16 things that goes into throwing like a proper jab, you know, and you're in the process of learning that, and you're trying to like throw the hand, and in the middle of it you get yelled at for not having the right stance. And one of the things that all of the coaches pretty much yelled out to me was like, Sean, you're stiff, you're too stiff. And I didn't know exactly at the time what they meant by that. But when I looked at the video, I was like, damn, that looks pretty lame. So I'm trying to learn how to use my body, you know, and I know it's not easy, and I know I look pretty lame right now. This is why I said it's not so much fun being in a place where you don't know anything to do, especially considering the fact that I've had lower back issues, tight hips, and a super stiff upper body that's built to look good, but not to move good, you know what I mean? But boxing is revealing things for me, you know, honest things. Maybe my body wasn't so much broken as I thought it was. Maybe it was just never trained the right way. And you know, after 3 months, I feel like my jab is getting better. I can feel the difference a little bit. I still have a lot of problems twisting from my hip, but I feel like with time, slowly but surely, I'm getting there. And even if I'm improving only 1% or 2% at a time, I know I'm getting better. This isn't just building a different kind of strength. It's building a different kind of body. A body that can move, flow, react. Not just a body that looks good, a body that works. You know, after a couple of months of showing up to these boxing classes, we had this sparring session one night when Nino wasn't there because I had sparred with him lightly up until that point. And there was a couple of new guys that I hadn't sparred before, and these guys had longer reach. They were super nice to me. This was not full-on 100% sparring, but you know, since my defense game is pretty much non-existent, I still got hit a few times. Not so hard, but I'm not used to getting hit in my head,
Keep
you
him
know.
away, keep him away. Still wanna do it? Is you still gonna do it?
Do what?
The sport.
We'll see. I can't answer you that now.
And you know, after this session, I went home and man, I had a headache all night. And the next day, I told my wife, and the first thing she says, she's like, "You're not going back." And I've been having these conversations with my parents ever since I started boxing. And you know, parents, they always want you to be safe, and they were like, maybe you know, you should have started this earlier if you wanted to. And usually, I'm the type of person when I hear stuff like that, man, it kind of gets to me. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, and every time someone tells me that, you know, you can't do this, then I'm like, okay, then we have to do this, you know. Even though my body, my mind, and pretty much my whole family is telling me not to do this, not to go to these boxing classes,
Here.
I keep going back. And I've been asking that why for myself lately. Because if you think about it, it's not really fun to be there. For me, at least, you know, I know that a lot of these guys who are boxers and who are fighters, it's you know, this is their playground. But for me, it's not fun, it's stressful. It's completely outside of my comfort zone. You know, when you're a beginner and you're sparring, even at like 10%, man, it might look easy from the outside,
Long hands.
but
You're taller than him.
I feel so vulnerable, you know, I feel helpless.
Stay long, Sean.
I feel under so much stress,
Hands up, hands up.
and I don't know what I'm doing at all, you know. And somehow, I like being there, you know. I like feeling like this. Because as human beings, I think we kind of do need this, man, you know. We need to step outside our comfort zone, even when everything and everyone is saying no. For years, hitting PRs with dumbbells and taking 5-minute breaks was my comfort zone. It felt good, I felt strong, but it was safe, too safe. But here in this boxing gym, you know, I can feel something is changing. It's not just my body, it's my mind, my purpose. At 41 years old, I never thought I'd be here. 2 or 3 years ago, I couldn't even imagine this version of me. I'm not training to be a fighter. I'm here to challenge myself, my body, my mind, and who I am.
Come on, only push-ups, Sean. Only push-ups now. Come on.
And at the end of the day, that's really what matters, man. You know, as long as you're just pushing yourself to that limit. So if you are, you know, sitting on your couch somewhere and you're about the same age as me, a little bit younger, a little bit older, I'm telling you, man, throw that bag of chips or that pizza away and get up and go for a run and start eating healthy, because it's never too late. I guarantee you, within 6 months, a year, maybe even sooner, you're gonna feel better. You don't need motivation for that, man. All you need is discipline. Get up and do it consistently, because that's what I'm trying to do every day. Sometimes I fail, sometimes I pull through, but I try my best to show up every week. Now, after 3 months into this, I feel like I've gotten a little better. But there's still something that really holding me back, and that is my stamina. And honestly, it makes sense because I've spent years lifting weights, but I really haven't done any, high intensity cardio. No real conditioning. So I talked to Coach Marcel and I said, Coach, I want to fix this. And He looked at me, you know, I know his heart wasn't really there, but he's a nice guy. I pushed and he accepted. So he said 8 weeks and he gave me instructions on how to get there. So he said no shortcuts. In 8 weeks, if I say everything he says, I'm gonna be able to hang in there, go through 3 to 4 3-minute rounds. Not beating anybody, but just hanging in there cardio-wise. So this video was the first episode of my boxing series. And the next one, it's all about fixing my engine, building a stamina like a fighter. So if you like what you saw in this video, you know what to do. See you on the next one.